Greetings everyone, my name is Etterville, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Man Maker. During the last part, I covered 4 Kerosene levels, so in this part, as promised, I'll be covering the 4 new example levels that were added in the version 1.4 update. First off, Creepy Castle by TimeLink. So it seems that this stage is heavily going to use assets from Mega Man 7. Many of the new assets added in version 1.4. Like, we have the grass tile set, Shade Man's background, Shade Man's musical track, as well as the frisk cannons. We also have the lights out blocks that blank out the screen when you step on them. It makes for a nice transition. Now we're in Shade Man's new castle. Nice usage of the foreground and background tile sets. Let's see, we start with the Shadow Blade, Flash Stopper, Fire Blast, and Wild Coil. So 3 new special weapons and 1 returning one. Vertical segment. I gotta say, the sprite artist did a wonderful job converting the 16-bit graphics into an 8-bit format here. Thank you for the free tank. Of course, there's a key door there. Guess I have to take the upper ladder. And all of the enemies fit the horror themed aesthetic here. We have mummies, skeletons, as well as bats. The frisk cannons are here because they were originally in Mega Man 7 as well. I really like that we actually have grass blocks in this engine. More like grass tiles, as you can't place the grass independently on top of any block. I see. This is a nice usage of the blackout blocks for a neat challenge. Because now we need to memorize where the floor is, or continuously keep jumping. Overall, a pretty good traditional level. Nice challenge progression and nice introduction of gimmicks. I'd love to see how the blackout blocks are used in other stages. Nonetheless, it's time to face Shade Man in this modified arena because there are spikes in the middle. Of course, you can drain my health just like before. Because there's a gap in the floor, it's a lot easier to fight him here. I have to get used to dodging his swoop attack again. I can see a whole bunch of challenges utilizing Shade Man and his unique fighting pattern. It's gonna be painful in some Kaizo levels, I'm sure of it. Second up is Kerosene Fane by CSketch. Based off the title, I can already predict what this stage's main gimmicks are gonna be. Yep, it's oil and probably fire. I find it interesting that with the previous stage, the only new enemy type added was the Frisk Cannons from Mega Man 7. I suppose it was done so that the stage wasn't overloaded from assets from Mega Man 7. Then again, the Evil Crows would be a perfect fit because they also were from Shade Man's stage originally. Just like in Mega Man 6, if the fire telly fire droplets hit a slick of oil, it'll set it afire. If you fall into the fire, it's instant death. Knowing this game's environmental interactions, if any fire weapon or fire projectile hits a slick of oil, it'll also probably set it ablaze. I'll test out my theory once I gain access to the Flame Blast. Showing us how to use it. Yep, it does set it afire. Which means that I need to be more careful when using weapons like the Atomic Fire, Firestorm, and Flame Blast when wading through the slicks of oil, so I don't accidentally kill myself. And interesting, it seems that the red force beams and probably the other force beams can set the oil slicks afire, probably because the force beams superheat the area. And when wading through these oil slicks, it slows down your movement speed as well as decreases your jump height. Thankfully, exiting and re-entering the room resets the state of the oil. Here are the Yafus, aka the fans that occasionally turn around, switching between pulling you in and pushing you away. Oh no, I see. I see the red force beam generator over there. Didn't quite make it. It seems that if an oil slick is right next to a fire wave generator, it'll always be set afire when you enter the screen. I wish I could slide in the stage. It'd make these jumps a lot easier. especially these jumps. Made it. And there are a whole series of these trick segments where it's better to not use the flame blast, so you don't accidentally set the floor afire. This is another one of those segments. At least the fire blast 2 shots the frisk cannons. Not sure why there's a spare flame blast over there. Okay, for some reason the cannons can ride on top of the fire. This stage's checkpoint placement is definitely on point, but gosh, it is certainly a lot more difficult because of the precise aiming involved and the more precise platforming. In that section we need to run away from the fire tellies. Or just eat their shots. Oh, apparently the fires act like solid objects and Mega Man can stand on top of them like spikes, as long as he has invulnerability frames left. I wonder if Mega Man is using the Skull Barrier, he can stand on top of the flames. Rats, I set it afire. And it doesn't reset either, so I have to take the lure out now. Wasn't too bad though. I lose access to the E-Tank as well as the boss's weakness though. Time to fight Flame Man with his own weapon. Apparently, I can face tank him even with his projectile shots, as long as I don't run into him. Definitely a fun special weapons oriented challenge stage. I'd give it a thumbs up, but only recommended for at least intermediate Mega Man players. You need to get used to the oil physics. Third up is Storm Fortress by Az. I see Windman over there, and it's probably going to be using a combination of Windman assets and Cloudman assets. Okay, we have Freezeman's level. We have the Thunder Beam, Blizzard Attack, Night Crush, as well as the jet adapter and power adapter for Mega Man 6. I have been itching to try those out. And this is a perfect place to do so. We get a free tank for destroying that block. Using the power and jet adapters in Mega Man 6 was one of the more fun aspects of the game, even more so in comparison with the special weapons. The tri-propeller cannon enemy, I forget the exact name. Nice introduction to the fan-type enemies, or the fan-type gimmicks. Also nice remix of the Wily Stage 1 team for Mega Man 7. One of my most favorite Wily Photo Stage teams throughout the entire classic series, actually. Also, unlike Mega Man 6, we don't need to go through a transformation sequence every time that we want to swap from or to the jet and power adapter. I think these are push blocks, but I need to double check. Nope, they're not push blocks. Not chancing it. This is an interesting setup though. Unfortunately, when I have one of the adapters equipped, I cannot slide at all. I need to hit solid ground before the jet adapter refuels itself. Still adds an extra bit of insurance to those sections. There also seems to be a maximum height I can attain using a jet adapter, so I can't just fly as high as I want until the fuel runs out. That section isn't too bad as long as you're paying attention to the fans. Ah, here's Squidon. I'm hoping to find some Curlinger somewhere in this stage, as they have a nice demonstration or nice interaction with the power adapter. another one of these sections with the ceiling attackers. And that marks the end of this stage, I think. It felt like a combination of a traditional level or a fortress level, especially near the end. Certainly feels like a Windman EX stage. That didn't go well at all. Take 2. Windman's gonna be trapped over there. Night Crush was his weakness, but I think it'd be safer to do the boss fight using the Mega Buster. Otherwise, another pretty good stage. I'd say it's my favorite one so far. So the fourth and final one is the Tower of Wily, also by Az. Whereas the 3 previous stages I think were designed to be traditional levels, this one is going to be designed like a fortress stage. Okay, Night Crush, Blizzard Attack, Noise Crush. Works the same way as it did in Mega Man 7. Here we're riding on top of the Pookers over these oil fires. I'm a bit surprised that the Pookers weren't in Kerosene Fane. Seems like a perfect place to put them in an oil-focused stage. Probably a secret to the left. At least I hope there's a secret, because somewhere in the stage I'll be unlocking the super adapter. Probably this path, because I see a way back on the top. Yeah, probably is one. I was right, here's the super adapter. From Mega Man 7, and it links up right over here. I always thought of the super adapter as being a combination of the jet adapter and the power adapter from Mega Man 6. Somewhat of a combination, somewhat of a side grade. It does allow you to fly, but it acts more like a double jump of sorts, or like a jet boosted double jump. Well, that's a bug. The super adapter's fist is supposed to return back to me. As long as I do a quick weapon switch, I'll regain it. First bug I've seen in this update. I do like using the Super Adapter's homing fist. Sometimes the homing properties of the Rocket Fist don't work the best, but I still enjoy using it. Here are the rocket platforms. I like to think of them as mobile count bombs. Also, unlike the jet adapter, once you pick a direction you're going for using your double jump, you cannot change the direction. Whereas with a jet adapter, you have a lot more flexibility with your flight path. Definitely feels a lot more stiff. Can't fly directly upwards either. We always fly diagonally to the left or diagonally to the right. And of course, just like with the previous two adapters we've seen in the previous stage, we cannot slide in this form. That actually brings up an interesting question. Can Proto Man and Base use these adapters? Probably not. If that's not the case, what are they replaced with? I know that because Base doesn't have access to the Rush Jet, instead, he gets access to a clone of the treble boost. I suppose this is the end of the stage, but just in case, I'll do a quick reset. Yep, it is. Darn, I was hoping to face Springman over here, as the previous 3 stages showcase bosses that were newly added, those being Shade Man, Flame Man, and then Wind Man. So to complete the set, it'd be perfect to have Springman here, but nope, we only have Bomb Man. I can see a lot of fun, interesting challenges using the Super Adapter, just like with the Power Adapter and the Jet Adapter. Unfortunately, the previous stage didn't really well showcase all of the aspects of the Power Adapter, because I didn't see any push blocks, only a cracked block, and no curlingers either, even though it was an ice level. So if I were to compare the 4 stages, my favorite stage would probably be Storm Fortress, followed by the Tower of Wily, Creepy Castle, and then finally Kerosene Fane. They all well showcase different and new content pieces added in the version 1.4 update, although some of them I wish went further. Like with the Tower of Wily, I wish it ended with a boss fight against Springman because the other 3 ended with boss fights against the other 3 newly added Roadmasters. So we need to wait a little bit longer before we'll face a boss fight against Springman. Due to how long this episode took, I'll be saving the Wily challenge runs for another part. Probably the part directly following this one. I'll be doing a run through using medium length, easy mode, just to get my feet wet. Well then, thanks for watching and have a nice day. Toodles!